YouTube, what's happening? Cigar Not Your Average Trucker. Back at it again. Down here at a Costco store. Out here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Delivering a load of, I got paper towels, man. Costco brand paper towels. It's another day out here grinding, man. It's super dumb early. It's like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm out here. You know, a lot of lazy people on this planet, man. You know, I live an hour and a half from here driving. Then it's 30 minutes for me to get to the truck from my house. So, you know, all in, I'm like 2.5 hours in. So, you're talking waking up at 2 in the morning when I don't have to. And that's why a lot of people call me crazy, man. They say, yo, you get up in the wee hours of the morning to make these runs for what? I remember having that conversation with my father-in-law, because you know, my father-in-law, my wife is from she's from Virginia, Newport News, and her father stays in Chester, Virginia. You know, that's right outside of like Richmond or whatever. And he was in town to visit us, and you know, I did it on purpose, man, because mainly I ain't really wanna, you know how it is, man, sometimes you don't want to kick it with your in-laws. I don't got no problem with them or nothing, but so the 2 days he was there, I pretty much was leaving super early in the morning to work, you know, jump in the truck or whatever, and then I was coming home like 11 o'clock at night. So I was leaving like 3 in the morning or something, grinding all day, killing time, doing whatever. Then I would come back at 11 something, and by then, you know, they already in the bed or whatever. So the 2 days he was there, I spent exactly 0 minutes with him. And he had made an interesting comment. He's like, look, man, doing all this mess with real estate. He called it mess. I thought that was hilarious, but he's like, yo, you doing all this mess with real estate and you own multiple trucks. Why you work so much? That was his exact words. Mind you, you know, my father-in-law owns a bunch of dry cleaners up in Virginia or whatever. Got all the contracts to do what's that? I think that's an army base up there in Hopewell, Virginia. So, you know, he does all the dry cleaning for I think that's Fort Lee. So you know, he made plenty of paper owning all them dry cleaners, military contracts, plus, you know, he got regular civilians that go in his I think he got 4 dry cleaners total up in that area. So he made plenty paper, and he was one of the people. My wife's mother's the same way. You know, they divorced when my wife was you know, like a teenager, but they both own their own businesses, but they both of the ilk of, you know, doing a lot of work and just stacking their bread. And they don't take trips or go on vacations or none of that. So I thought it was ironic, he telling me, yo, if you own all this, why you work so much, when he works just as much as I do. I guess he meant why I'm out working so late. Maybe that was his premise of what he was getting to. You know, I come home late, whereas he, you know, he might be home every day, you know, at 6 or 7 o'clock. And, you know, he off on Sundays. But I just thought it was hilarious that he wants to point out that I'm a allegedly successful, yet I work a lot. As if that's a problem. You understand? It's like, you should be happy your wife got a man that never settles. You understand? I don't care what I got going on, what I got, I still grind like I don't have anything. You know, my kids are straight, but I still, you know, I still grind. It's 4 in the morning and I'm out, you know, and this load is only a little $800 load, but I'm still out here grinding just as if I needed that to keep the lights on at my crib. And that's just the mentality I've always had, man. Some people have it, some people don't. You know, mind you, I haven't always been sitting in the seat. You know, the first few years that I owned the trucking company, I wasn't driving, I was paying people to drive, you understand? So it's just, you know, after I went through cancer, you know, I was done with that in 2015. That's when I really started driving, you know, every day, because, you know, sitting in the house became monotonous, and going and sitting in the office became boring. So it's like, hey man, you know, maybe I'll drive around a little bit. And ever since I've done that, it's like, even when I take weeks off at a time, it's hard to sit and do absolutely nothing, man. Once you know, once you get used to doing something, man. So it is what it is. I might be a weirdo, you understand, but I say it all the time, man. You know, you can have $1 million cash in your pocket. The point is, how long is that $1 million going to stay in your pocket? Either you keep grinding so that $1 million can turn into 2, or you get lazy and that $1 million can turn into 200,000, and you got to start over, you know. So, you know, I didn't grow up with much, man. When I was growing up, my mother was a janitor, dog. You understand? So my mother was a janitor, my father was in New York, I'm in North Carolina. So it was like, you know, I didn't have much growing up. So now that I, you know, for the past 20 years I done had paper, so it's like, I don't ever want to go back to having nothing. So I grind like I ain't got nothing until I can't grind no more. But like I say, man, this shit got not your average trucker. I know I'll be rambling sometimes all over the place, but it's 4:30 a.m. Good way for me to stay awake was to run my mouth and check on my people out there. But like I say, as always, man, Trucker Not Your Average on gmail.com, Trucker Not Your Average on Instagram. Salute to all y'all entrepreneurs out there, big and small. Salute to all y'all out there trying to get your CDL and, you know, get your company job starting out. Shout out to all y'all that are, you know, taking the next step in ownership of some form. And, you know, shout out to the people that's, you know, putting pen to paper, just planning, and, you know, don't plan on getting in the trucking industry for another couple years, but they just doing a little research. Main thing with doing research, man, is don't just depend on YouTube, man. Don't just watch these videos and listen to us truckers, you know, run our mouth and think it's all good, man. Do some actual legwork, man. Talk to some real people in real life. But y'all be easy, man. Salute.